p.m. Today is Thursday, April 13th. This is a regular meeting of the Olentangy School Board. I'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Jenkins, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Lester.
Here.
Dr. Dabrico.
Here.
Mr. O'Brien.
Here.
Dr. Wise.
Here.
Dr. Wallach.
Here.
All right, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the agenda as written. We have no amendments.
So moved.
Do you have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion on the agenda? All right, seeing none, Mr. Jenkins, please call the roll. When you're ready.
Dr. Dabrico.
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Dr. Wise.
Yes.
Dr. Wallach.
Yes.
Mr. Lester.
Yes.
Okay, the board president's report. I've got a brief update on the superintendent search. I talked to Dr. Lucas this afternoon, got an update on how the candidate pool is coming together. So in terms of process, we had a 30-day window to start to generate a candidate pool. We're up to about 10 candidates from Ohio, Massachusetts, Iowa, from all over the country. I think we're building a really good, deep pool of candidates from which we'll have an opportunity to choose. The enrollment or application period ends on Tuesday, I believe the 18th, or Monday the 17th, I forget which. From there, we'll do like a cut down and probably bring 5 in for a first round of interviews and then another set for a second round of interviews. So good progress on building the pool, and I look forward to meeting the candidates and start to have a robust discussion on kind of the next generation of leadership for Olentangy. So with that, I'll open up to any other board members who have either committee updates or anything you want to update.
Yeah, we've
Mr.
got
Lester?
a couple committee updates. We have the policy meeting this past Tuesday. Dr. Wallach joined it this year along with me. We have a big group of policies from our regular NEOLA updates that will be coming to our next board meeting, I think 2 weeks from now, including those on tobacco use and prevention around the schools, volunteers, accessibility, graduation requirements, and more. We also had our facilities meeting last week. We're continuing planning for the exponential growth that we're seeing around this district. And we have to, always evaluate what our future needs are and being mindful of our obligations to the public. So we're continuing to do that, and we'll discuss that more this fall as we start to look at more concrete plans. And then we have our mental health committee meeting next week.
Great. Dr. Wallach? Dr. Wallach? Dr. Dabrico?
CUP report is out, and it highlights a lot of things that we're doing great with finances, but I don't want to steal the thunder from anything you would say. But just know that you can look online and see what other districts spend across the state, and Olentangy continues to run a very lean ship and produce top-notch academic results. So very proud of what we see in the CUP report.
Okay, great. All right, so tonight we have the student and staff recognition. This is one of our favorite meetings because we get to see in a firsthand and get to meet some of the students and staff that do great things across this district. So we will, Mr. Rafe and I will stand over there and take pictures. Mr. Lester will take over the podium and navigate the process. At the end, I will say, everyone is welcome to stay, but we understand if you want to leave. Okay, so with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Lester, who will take over the script from here.
Sit down. You can go sit down.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. As Mr. O'Brien said, tonight's meeting is one of our favorite meetings of the year because we get to recognize, as a board, just the amazing achievements of our students and staff members in co-curricular, extracurricular, and athletic activities. Many athletic and academic competitions are still scheduled for later in the spring, so we'll have another chance to recognize those accomplishments at a separate board meeting in May. But for tonight, we're so excited to celebrate these students, coaches, and advisors on their outstanding accomplishments this evening. Students and staff, as I announce your name, please walk to the stage to receive your award and have your photo taken with Board President Kevin O'Brien and Superintendent Mark Rafe. These photos will be delivered to you in a few weeks. Starting off, yep. Yep. Don't be shy. So starting off with academics. Earlier this school year, we had the honor of celebrating our district's many National Merit semifinalists from all 4 district high schools. We are proud to announce that the following semifinalists have now gone on and obtained the rank of National Merit finalist. We will begin our ceremony by honoring these National Merit finalists from Olentangy Schools. Starting off for Olentangy Berlin High School, Haley Aki. Karishma Bukhareddy. Joshua McKnight. From Olentangy High School, Karuthiga Balamarujan. Shri Gadavarthi. Colin Graham. Cassidy He. Sathik Kambam. Venkata Satya Saket Kaluru. Nitya Kandagari. Courtney Kosick. Atmaj Ragesh. Keshav Shriram. From Olentangy Liberty High School, David Cruz. Dimitri Hatch. Again? No. Oh, okay. Jacob Witt. From Olentangy Orange High School, Andrew Behrens. Elijah Beal. Rayanne Hedrick. Claire Kaufman. Congratulations to all of our National Merit finalists. We now turn to recognizing our phenomenal student athletes. Many students, teams, and coaches have received individual state-level honors in their sport this year. The board congratulates the following students. From Olentangy Berlin High School, Spencer Conrad, 2022 OCC Kicker of the Year, Cardinal Division in football. Alexandra Downing, 2023 State Gymnastics, 5th place, bars and floor. Tayton Swain, 2023 State Gymnastics, 1st place floor exercise, 2nd place vault, and all around, 3rd place bars. Chloe Tompkins, 2023 State Qualifier, Girls Wrestling. The Olentangy Berlin High School Gymnastics State Runner-Up, coached by Jen Hedrick. Berlin High School Cheerleading and Coach Jamal Miles, 2023 OHSAA State Runner-Up and OCC Champions. From Olentangy High School, Micah Conley, 2022 OCC Coach of the Year, Buckeye Division Girls Golf. Cheryl Gerard, 2022 OCC Player of the Year, Cardinal Division Girls Tennis. Luke Hanlon, 2022 OCC Player of the Year, Cardinal Division, and First Team All-Ohio Boys Soccer. Kurt Mokros, 2023 OCC Wrestler of the Year, Cardinal Division Boys Wrestling. Reagan Ross, 2022 First Team All-Ohio Girls Soccer. Meadow Tian, 2022 OCC Girls Golf Player of the Year, Buckeye Division. Corey Young, 2023 Girls Wrestling State Tournament, 4th place. From Olentangy Liberty High School, Lucy Keeler, 2022 First Team All-Ohio Field Hockey. Gigi Bauer, 2023 OCC Central Player of the Year, Girls Basketball. Mason Miller, 2023 State Placer, OHSAA Swimming, 200 medley relay. Brady Quillen, 2023 Boys Wrestling, All-State, 190 pounds. Hudson Williams, 2023 State Swimming Champion, 50 free, State Champion 100 free, and where he set 2 state records. Alexander Huggy Williams, 2023 Boys Wrestling, All-State, 106 pounds. From Olentangy Orange High School, Kaylin Vayu, 2022 First Team All-State, OCC Central Player of the Year, Girls Soccer. Congratulations to all of the excellent athletes and coaches at our Olentangy schools. To close this evening's awards, we recognize our talented and creative students of the Performing and Visual Arts programs. The board congratulates the following. From Olentangy Berlin High School, James Ballard, All-State Orchestra. Ava Dieterich, All-State Orchestra. Courtney Hanschug, 2023 International Thespian Excellence Award winner, musical, solo musical theater. Caleb Herr, All-State Choir. Gabrielle Morrison, All-State Choir. From Olentangy Liberty High School, Jordan Chu, All-State Orchestra. Jacob Myers, All-State Orchestra in winds. Tristan Z, All-State Choir. From Olentangy Orange High School, Emily Coe, All-State Choir. And now in the visual arts, from Olentangy Berlin High School, Nissy Bishop, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key. Reagan Caldwell, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key. Grant Cunningham, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key. Natalie Gould, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Silver Key. Jewelry, oops, there's more. There's a lot more. Jewelry, Wearable Art, and 2023 Delaware Arts Castle Art Show, second place jewelry medals. Mia Jones, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key and Silver Key. Xander Perry, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Silver Key Digital Art. Paige Timmerman, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Silver Key. Elizabeth Thompson, 2023 Delaware Arts Castle Art Show, third place painting. From Olentangy Orange High School, Michael Dorwalt, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Silver Key Jewelry. Caleb Duarte, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key and Silver Key Digital Art. Elizabeth Gruen, 2023 Delaware Arts Castle Art Show, second place Photography and Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, Gold Key and Silver Key in Photography. Sophia Malik, 2023 Delaware Arts Castle Art Show, first place painting. Rachel Tong, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Award, Silver Key Drawing. Naomi Wainwright, 2023 Delaware Arts Castle Art Show, honorable mention. Elizabeth Weinberger, 2023 Central Ohio Scholastic Art and Writing Award, Silver Key Digital Art. Congratulations. On behalf of the entire board, I would once again like to applaud the many, many outstanding students, coaches, and advisors that we recognized here this evening. We are so incredibly proud of your accomplishments.
All right, so now we'll move on to the superintendent's report. Again, you're welcome to stay, but we understand if you have other things to do.
provided to all Arrowhead families, and at the event, families could participate in trivia, building hamster mazes, creating new book covers, acting in a reader's theater, playing Crazy Eights, and more, all related to the book. This is a really, really neat thing. We had a Liberty Middle School student, Benjamin Kay, won first prize in C-SPAN's annual student camp competition for his documentary, Losing a Generation, and that was on the opioid crisis. The contest received almost 3,000 student entries representing 40 states, and for Ben's work, he was awarded a $3,500 reward, and so a lot of local government officials and media will attend the event at Liberty Middle School honoring him on May the 9th. So look for his documentary to air on Spectrum Monday, April 17th. So as Mr. Lester indicated in his report, as part of the board president's report, Facilities Committee is dealing with future enrollment projections, and we are currently dealing with significant overcrowding at Cheshire Elementary. So I know some of you have received communication on that. As you know, we like our ideal capacity of an elementary school to be 650 students. We believe the stretch capacity can go to 750 students. We did overflow at Heritage and Liberty Tree this year. We're currently overflowing at Cheshire Elementary, and we're initially planning for overflow to Shale Meadows again next year, but the enrollment just continues to climb. So the projected enrollment currently for Cheshire is over 800 students and growing, because it will continue to grow throughout the year. So there are three options we're discussing. One of them is to continue to overflow students to Shale Meadows. The issue with that is that as we overflow students to Shale Meadows, we end up with bigger class sizes at Shale Meadows than we have at Cheshire. And then once Shale Meadows gets over our desired ratios, we'd have to start overflowing to potentially Arrowhead or Alum Creek, and then still face the same issue. A second option we're looking at is taking an entire grade level, say fifth grade, and moving them over to Berlin Middle School, where we do have some capacity, but there are obviously going to be pros and cons to that. And then finally, classes in modular units at Cheshire. Mr. Gordon and Mr. Meyer have done a good job of analyzing that as an option and have some cost projections related to that as a one-year solution. So we will be bringing a recommendation back to the board probably at the next meeting as to how we're going to handle the overflow at Cheshire. There are pros and cons to each of the options. There are costs and to each of the options. Staffing costs are essentially the same throughout the options, because we're going to have the staff for all those students anyway. So we will have a presentation on that at our next board meeting. As for action items, we do have one administrative resignation. Kimberly Kelly, who's been at Berlin High School since the building opened, 5 years, is leaving education to spend more time with her children and grandchildren. So we wish her the best as she goes on the next phase of her life. We have 3 certified resignations. Steve Hale, a social studies teacher and the head football coach at Liberty High School, is eligible for retirement, so he's taking another opportunity. Bill Lohr's been with the district for 20 years. He is a 4th grade teacher at Wyandotte, and Diana Lowe is a longtime tenured art teacher at Orange Middle School, so we wish them all the best. And then we have 3 certified resignations. Linda Barnhart, who is a clinic aide at Hyatt's Middle School. Julie Dye is a food service manager actually at Cheshire, and John Hudak is the head custodian at Liberty. So wish them all the best in retirement. And then some other action items. You're going to hear discussion presentations on our district calendar from Mr. Wright. Dr. Fetty will present updated student handbooks and a student fee schedule. And then we have some large technology purchases as part of our normal technology replacement plans, and we're approving a contract with McHugh Construction to renovate the family and consumer science classrooms at Olentangy High School. So Mrs. Linda Shank, who was at the building for 30 plus years and harped on me for a solid 6 of the last 6, she retired 2 years ago, so she will be very happy to hear that her longtime family and consumer science classroom is finally being renovated. And then some important dates, we have our senior awards. This is always a sign that we are rounding third and heading for home of the school year, obviously, because we have senior award ceremonies, and then our community engagement series on the district finances, and then our next board meeting, which is a Tuesday, April 25th. With that, I'll take any questions you have.
Any questions?
All righty, thank you.
Mr. Jenkins, the treasurer's report.
Good evening, board members. Just wanted to make sure that everyone in the community who's tuning in, the final session of our Olentangy Community Engagement Series is going to be on Tuesday, which is the 18th of April at 6:30 p.m. at the Olentangy Administrative Offices. Further, Monday evening, the Finance and Audit Committee will be meeting. Our regular meeting is at 6 o'clock, and that is the third one that we will have had over the course of this academic calendar year. As far as for action items, there's only the approval of the minutes from March 16th and March 23rd. I guess I should have also noted that there are two policies that occur in the policy section that are more treasury, and that's 6210.01, which is the cash balance policy, and 6210.02, which is the policy on insurance reserves and potential for premium holiday. We ended up in 6210.01 coming up with, at the recommendation of both the DLT and the Finance and Audit Committee, more of a sliding scale. So that chart is a part of that policy, and I believe it goes, I'm going to pop that exhibit open real quick and take a look at it. It goes all the way from in the first year of a forecast, making sure that we have at least, let me pop that guy open, it's not coming to my memory perfectly, making sure that we have 180 days, and by the time we get 4 subsequent fiscal years out from the current fiscal year, it slides down to 60, and it goes in 30-day increments. If we don't meet that cash balance, the DLT, the Finance and Audit Committee, will discuss and bring back to the board what, if any, options we feel are appropriate. Questions about those two policies?
Nope. Those are good. I think those are good improvements.
I guess I was remiss, one more thing. The CUP report, as Dr. Dabrico mentioned, is out. For those who are interested, we sort of compare ourselves to Dublin, New Albany, Olentangy, and Upper Arlington. We're spending $13,423.59 per pupil. The high in the group is Upper Arlington at $17,505.79, and then you have Dublin and New Albany respectively at $16,225.50 and $14,953.95. As Dr. Dabrico mentioned, we continue to get fantastic performance when you look at our peers at what would be a good value.
All right, any questions for Mr. Jenkins? Nope. All right, thank you. Let's move into public participation.
We have one individual who would like to speak. It's Julia K. Coughlin, and she wants to speak to cultural appropriation.
I'm short. I can just get started?
Yes.
All right, so I am a graduate of Olentangy High School, class of 1991. I was a lifer, so that was the first year that new facility opened. It's not new anymore. I am a current parent, and I reside in the district as well. So I am here tonight as an alumna, current district parent, and resident to bring to your attention 2 instances of cultural appropriation that I see in the school district, and one culturally problematic use of an identity. The cultural appropriations are the use of Hawaiian culture or clothing as part of Spirit Days, and the continued use of the term Braves as part of the logo and identity of Olentangy High School. The problematic use is of the identity of patriots for Liberty High School, because patriots in the United States is a politically loaded identity that encourages believing in the supremacy of one group, in this case, foreign invaders from Europe, over both native peoples and the enslaved black people who were already here at that time. I am a white woman. I don't want to misrepresent myself. myself. I am not Hawaiian. I do not have Native people's heritage. I am not black or brown, and tonight I do not represent anyone except for myself. In fact, I believe my own ancestors fought in the war for America's independence. My family heritage actually is that of the white conquerors who fought in favor of the institutions of enslavement and oppression. I am not here tonight as a white savior, but I will take that criticism if that's what it takes, and if that's what anyone thinks. Because it is clear to me that as a white woman, it is my responsibility to step up and request that we stop using these problematic, violent, racist, and disrespectful symbols and references. I would like to read into the record a portion of the Olentangy Creed that I downloaded from the district website this week. I am an Olentangy brave. I will fiercely protect the truth and what is right. And the other portion I want to read is, I will lead and be proud of my actions. And that's why I'm here tonight. You know, sources say that there were 6 main Native tribes in Ohio: Shawnee, Delaware, Ottawa, Miami, Wyandot, and Seneca Cayuga. We are now occupying land directly that was traditionally theirs. We are gravely disrespecting their heritage and cultures. I would like to request specifically that, in accordance with our own Olentangy Creed, you immediately announce that you are fast-tracking the identity changes to stop using the racist terms braves and patriots. These are not only racist, but of white supremacist origin, and they refer to our violent history of conquering Native people. I also ask you to immediately stop the use of Hawaiian culture as a part of Spirit Days district-wide. I would like to encourage other people to express their support for ending the practice of cultural appropriation and culturally violent identities in use in the Olentangy Local School District. Thank you very much.
I think it is now.
All right, so that does help. Okay, so wanted to bring this back from our presentation a little over 30 days ago. And as we looked at this, we were able to open up our community feedback exchange on March 13th, and so it closed this morning. And then our team reviewed. We are very thankful for the 1,513 participants. Some just came on to look and review. Others shared 776 unique thoughts and opinions and feedback about the calendar. And then there were about 22,500 ratings of the ideas there. So we had some great participation. And what I wanted to share as the top thoughts, these are the ones that were rated most highly when we get our report of this information. A lot of people talked in very appreciative terms about the winter break that we proposed. It is a more of our traditional full two-week break. There is a work day in there, which is coming up as one of the other points. There were many, many people who talked about the early start, and as I brought to you last time we spoke, this will be the earliest our calendar would ever be. We have had for 7 years now a philosophy of third Thursday or third Wednesday in August, and so that is just where this one falls. For example, if nothing else changes, the draft we would bring a year from now would have that calendar starting on August 21st. So it's just how this fell. We did get some feedback from our teaching staff around the January 3rd teacher workday. We had some intense conversation around that, trying to decide best way to do that. And at the end of the day, we made a decision to place it there. Placing it any other place in the calendar would bring our teaching staff back on the Tuesday after Memorial Day. and that's just a trade-off that we're not recommending. We did get some interesting communication, a lot of ratings about changing our kindergarten schedule, moving from half-day to, or alternate to full-time. And again, I bring it up because our community brought it up. And then the last item was, that was rated most high, was some information about our spring break and where it should be maybe better placed between the third and fourth quarters. We have said, and I repeat, there is nothing that distinguishes the third quarter from the fourth quarter in our district. In the same way that in the fall, there's nothing that distinguishes our first quarter from the second quarter, and we don't put a week break in between those two. So we're putting it where it's been most logical, where it's been consistent, where the predominance of our local county schools all have their spring break, and it's one that allows, in our district, many teams to travel to warmer climates and compete on a bigger scale. My last thing I wanted to bring back, I do want to circle back to the second bullet there, that what coincided with starting too early was ending too early, and we do have a contract with the Schottenstein Center and our graduation, and state laws prohibit us from allowing seniors to miss more than a handful of days after their graduation. We have had the third Sunday in May as our graduation exercises. If we were to have a commencement that would, or I'm sorry, if we were to have an ending of school that would be the May 29th or 30th, we would not be able to get rid of our seniors as we had traditionally have. So that created other problems looking at this calendar. That's something we're looking at, that if a change in where this community is board feels that commencement should fall, we can take a look at that. But wanted to give the rationale behind the information, and I can tell you that there are no changes to the calendar that we presented to you as our initial draft. And happy to take any questions if you have them. April 8th is not part of this calendar. So I'm going to come back to your question. I'll,
So do we revisit that then, just answering your question based on the safety and security stuff from our county folks?
yes, we are working to come up with our proposal. When we have that ready, we'll bring that back.
I think there's 23,000 votes one way on that date, but I'll let you decide where you go with that. So the other question is, can you provide some detail to your thoughts about the kindergarten schedule, some of the, maybe a little more detail about what you heard, because I've heard similar questions.
Yeah, I'll let Mr. Rafe. This is something we hear occasionally.
We acknowledge that there are many people that don't like the kindergarten schedule. It's just, obviously we have to provide half-day kindergarten. If we would go to a full-day kindergarten, we would need probably a building and a half. Maybe start to push 2 full buildings, which we're already behind our buildings. So that's problematic. Many people who want all-day kindergarten already have plenty of options for all-day kindergarten that they find for themselves. We went to the alternating full-day schedule 10 or so years ago, I think, maybe even more than that, as far back as 2010, as a cost-saving measure because we cut our bus routes out. And continue to keep it that way for quite a while. We have discussed, or we can always go back and discuss it if we do want to go back to alternating morning, afternoon, but there'll be somebody who doesn't like kindergarten. So unless we did it all day, every day, full day kindergarten, there'll be people.
I was wondering if the comments you heard supported that, like all day, every other day, or something along those lines. Like,
No, the comments that were shared were about having full-day, every-day kindergarten.
thank you.
And Dr. Wise, I want to make sure that I know I didn't answer it because we don't have that ready. We believe the state is going to do nothing and leave it back to us. So with that new information, we will be bringing a proposal back to you in May. Fair enough? All right, thank you very much.
Talking about April 8th.
I was back to April 8th, yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. All right, our next discussion item is these 23-24 student handbooks. And I also, well, you've got the next two.
Yeah, good evening. If you wouldn't mind, I can throw all these out real quickly together and then see if you have questions on any of them. So we have for adoption the student handbooks at all levels, including athletics. Those are revised every year by a committee of teachers and administrators. So what you see in front of you or in the exhibits is the strike-through of the current year's handbook with any revisions for next year that are being recommended. We also have the fee schedule being proposed for next year. Each year the school board needs to adopt school fees. And those are, I work with Mary Reed and the high school fee secretaries and the high school principals to establish the high school fees, and then the same thing at the middle school level. And elementary has been a slightly different process that perhaps Mr. Jenkins wants to talk about in a moment. And then lastly, I have the a proposal for a first reading of a few policies that Mr. Jenkins already spoke about, two of them, and the third one is the deletion of a policy. Are there any questions on any of that content? Or Mr. Jenkins, do you want to say anything about fees?
Yeah, so we began as a DLT studying probably 3 to 4 months ago. The fact that at grades K through 5, in many cases, you have a very homogeneous offering of required courses. We know that $30 per student in grades K through 5 in some ways feels, nominal, but with some families having as many as 3 or 4 students in the district. We sat down and tried to analyze, could we, in light of the fact that we have incorporated assumptions of positive aspects of growth in our community in the 5-year forecast. We've looked at how we continue to grow as a district. We've analyzed the fact that we know we're going to be opening elementary school 17 and planning for elementary 18, 19, and possibly middle school 7 or high school 5. But even with all of that, both positive and negative together, the cumulative cost of $30 per K through 5 student is only about $300,000 out of our entire budget. That's 1/10%. So what we're recommending this evening, and we hope that it is welcomed by grade K through 5 parents, is that there are no fees passed on to students in grades K through 5. Someone may ask, why did you stop there? Grades 6 through 12, you begin to have more in the way of electives and or consumer-based or user-type fees. It may be something that we try to revisit in the future, but we're trying to take as positive an approach as we can with curricular offerings that we know are very homogeneous and standardized from elementary to elementary. And we can incorporate that 1/10% cost into our general fund at virtually no impact to us, but hopefully some pretty significant impact to some families out there with young kids.
I think it's healthy that we take a look at these fees every year and we try to address them and make sure that they're fair and equitable. And I think this is a good step in continuing to look at that, because as a parent of 4 kids that get those benefits, there's lots of fees, right? So to the extent we can simplify some of that fee structure and embed it in, I think that's a positive step. And to your point, we had to start somewhere, and I think this is a good start. And we'll continue to look at it as the district evolves and as we evolve. I think that's good.
Thank you.
I mean, flat fees are regressive because it comes more out of folks that make less money. So that's a good thing whenever we can return money a penny at a time, right?
Yep.
A penny at a time, that's a great thing. And we do have, Olentangy is not immune from economic hardship, so we don't know who this is going to affect. So I really appreciate you bringing this opportunity to, but never say it's only $30, right? Our first 2 rounds of ESSER, we got less than that. So per student, so this matters. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Betty. All right, now we'll move to treasurer action items. Mr. Jenkins, would you please present the treasurer action item.
Item A are the minutes from March 16th, and item B, the minutes from March 23rd, and C is the action to approve both.
All right, so could I have a motion, please, to approve treasurer action items A and B?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on treasurer action items A and B? All right, seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Dr. Wise?
Yes.
Dr. Wallach?
Yes.
Mr. Lester?
Yes.
Dr. Deverko?
Yes.
Mr. Ray, if you could please present the superintendent action.
Yes, sir. I'd like to present superintendent action items A through G for approval.
All right, could I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Oh, hold on. So,
Oh, sorry.
did we pull out the OSU
Yep,
one?
I apologize, Mr.
Okay.
Lester. Let me redo that.
Let's rewind that.
Rewind, yep. I need to, no, I don't, because it's got pulled off.
It's not on.
Yeah, that's what, it got pulled off at the last minute, but we just didn't get the paper.
Okay, so we are good
Yes, we are good.
for a motion to approve the superintendent action items A through G, please.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion on superintendent action items A through G? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Dr. Wise?
Yes.
Dr. Wallach?
Yes.
Mr. Lester?
Yes.
Dr. Deverko?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes. All right, I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second, please.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion to adjourn? All right, seeing none, please call the roll.
Dr. Wallach?
Yes.
Mr. Lester?
Yes.
Dr. Deverko?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Dr. Wise?
Yes.
All right, thank you, we are adjourned.